Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into some source material that tackles one of those really huge universal questions. The connection between money and happiness.
Yeah, it's a topic everyone thinks about, right? And this deep dive, it really aims to unpack some specific insights, some perspectives from this material, helping us understand what it suggests, well, truly matters.
The big questions posed right at the start are pretty direct, aren't they? Does money actually make you happy?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you really need? Can you be, poor but happy?
And the flip side, too, can you be rich and, well, miserable?
Exactly.
And this material, it takes a closer look. It focuses quite a bit on the emotional language we use around money, and it prompts you to reflect on our own values.
So it's less about finding one simple answer, maybe?
I think so, yeah. More about exploring the nuances, the different angles.
Okay, let's dive in then. Because before we even ask if money buys happiness, maybe we need to figure out what is happiness anyway? This source material wisely starts right there.
Good point. It points out that, well, while we all chase it, happiness means vastly different things to different people. It's not one size fits all.
Right. It explores ideas like feeling free, having quality time with family, enjoying life's simple pleasures, like it mentions just a good cup of coffee.
Yeah, or the freedom to travel, maybe. The fulfillment you get from helping others.
And yes, okay, having the financial means, the money to pursue what you want, that's in there too.
And the material gets quite specific about the language, which is interesting. It highlights particular English words to describe different, let's say, flavors of happiness.
Okay, like what?
Well, there's joy.
Right.
That really strong feeling, great happiness, like pure elation.
Right, then contentment. It describes that as like a quieter, more settled satisfaction. Not fireworks, but peaceful.
Exactly. And gratitude, just being deeply thankful for what you have, that comes up.
Fulfillment, too, that sense of being, I guess, complete, satisfied with your life's purpose or maybe achievements.
And peace of mind, which is huge for many, just feeling calm, no stress, no anxiety.
Thinking about those different words, it really shows that happiness isn't just one single thing, is it?
Not at all. It's complex.
So, okay, with that understanding that happiness is multifaceted, then we turn to the central debate the material lays out. Does money buy it?
Ah, yes. This is where we see the real tension. You've got the classic saying, money doesn't buy happiness, right?
Everyone knows that one.
But it's sitting right alongside the very practical counterpoint. But it sure helps. You hear that a lot, too.
And this deep dive really lays out the compelling reasons why money helps, sometimes significantly.
Oh, absolutely. It eliminates major sources of stress, big ones, like worrying about food on the table or having a roof over your head, basic survival.
It provides access to essential things, good health care, feeling safe where you live, basic comfort.
It allows people to maybe give their children opportunities they didn't have. Or it offers the freedom, perhaps, to explore the world, try new things, pursue hobbies.
You see this perspective in the phrases the material includes. Things like, money gives me peace of mind.
Yeah, or having savings makes me feel safe. That safety, that security component, it's a huge factor for a lot of people's sense of well-being.
Definitely. What's interesting, though, is that while money can absolutely ease many sources of unhappiness, things tied to security, basic needs.
Right.
The material then shifts.
Yeah.
It explores why money alone often isn't enough for happiness.
Yes, and this is where it gets really fascinating. The material points out that even people with immense wealth, millions, billions, can experience deep loneliness.
Yeah, I've read about that.
And individuals who achieve incredible success, maybe they're famous or powerful, they might still feel an emptiness inside despite all the external stuff.
And there's that trap, isn't there, of constantly wanting more. The source suggests that if you're always chasing the next level, the next big purchase, the next milestone,
you might never actually feel truly satisfied, no matter how much you gain. It's like a treadmill.
The phrases the source uses here are quite powerful, like, I have everything, but I still feel empty.
Or that feeling of, I'm chasing more, but it's never enough.
It seems to highlight that the internal state, what's going on inside, is key. Not just, piling up stuff outside.
Which leads to this crucial reframing presented in the material. Maybe the core question isn't a simple, does money make you happy? Yes or no.
Okay, so what is it then?
It's more like, what do you do with your money? And maybe even more importantly, what does happiness truly mean to you personally?
Right, back to that individual definition. To really bring this idea home, the source shares a short story. It's an illustrative about two friends. Kind of simplifies the concept, but it hits hard.
It does. It's a good one. We hear about one friend who, pursues conventional success, becomes a millionaire.
Got the big house, the fancy car.
Luxury car, designer clothes, all the outward signs of wealth.
And the other friend takes a totally different path.
Yeah.
Opens a small cafe, lives a much simpler life, modest income.
So years later, the wealthy friend sees the cafe owner. And looking at his life, which seems, less ambitious by standard metrics.
He judges him.
Yeah, he says something like, you could be so much more, you're wasting your life. It's a judgment based purely on money and status.
But the cafe owner's response, that's really the heart of the story, isn't it?
Absolutely. He describes his day, he details his sources of happiness, like waking up naturally, no alarm clock.
Sharing coffee with his wife, simple things.
Closing the cafe early, specifically so he can play his guitar. Watching his kids grow up. Finding reasons to laugh every single day.
Real tangible moments.
And he offers this direct contrast, which the material highlights. You have more money, he says to his friend.
Yeah.
But I have more time and I'm happy. Boom.
Wow. That's powerful.
Yeah.
Looking at that story, the material directly asks you, the listener, to think about it. What do you think? Who do you consider truly rich in that scenario? It kind of forces you to confront your own definition of wealth, of success.
Makes you think, doesn't it? And to help us articulate these different perspectives, the material also gives us some specific vocabulary, expressions we use when talking about money and, life satisfaction.
Okay, so beyond those happiness words we talked about earlier.
Right. We get terms like wealthy, meaning, having a lot of money. Pretty straightforward.
But it's contrasted with rich in spirit. What does that mean exactly?
That's used to describe someone who is happy, fulfilled, full of life, regardless of their bank balance, like the cafe owner, perhaps.
Got it. Then there's the reality for many, living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, just having enough money to cover the immediate bills, the basics, no real buffer.
And the practical idea of to save for a rainy day.
Setting aside money for unexpected future problems, emergencies, sensible planning.
We also see the action to chase success, constantly striving for more achievement, often tied to money or status.
And the state lots of people aspire to, financial freedom. Having enough money so you don't have to worry about meeting your needs, or you can pursue opportunities without money being the main barrier.
And the material reminds us of some timeless English expressions too, right? Idioms that speak to these ideas.
Exactly, like money doesn't grow on trees.
Meaning it takes effort to earn it. It's not easy.
Or the sobering thought, you can't take it with you.
A reminder that material wealth is ultimately temporary. You leave it behind.
And finally, that hopeful expression, the best things in life are free.
Pointing to the value of things like love, laughter, connection.
Peace of mind, maybe. Things that don't have a price tag, but are often, priceless for actual happiness. These expressions really tie back to the different viewpoints on money's role.
Right. Now, this deep dive, it isn't just about us talking at you. The material is designed to prompt your own reflection. It includes questions. Kind of turn this into a conversation you have with yourself.
Yeah, it asks you directly, do you believe money can buy happiness? And importantly, why or why not? What's your reasoning?
And that classic thought experiment. What would you actually do if you suddenly had, say, $1 million? Like, first thing.
Yeah. Where would it go? Another big one. Would you carry on working if you didn't need the money to survive?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Tests your motivation, right?
And maybe the most direct question from that story we talked about. What's ultimately more important to you, having more money or having more time, if you had to choose?
Tough trade-off for many. It even includes a simpler one. Can you recall a time you bought something, a material thing that genuinely made you happy? For a while, at least.
These questions are really meant to help you connect the ideas, the concepts, from the source material to your own life, your own values. Make it personal.
Exactly.
So bringing together the insights from this material, I guess at the end of the day, it emphasizes that happiness is, complicated. It's multifaceted. It extends far beyond just your financial status.
Definitely. While money is undeniably important, let's be realistic, for security, for freedom, for providing that peace of mind by covering basic needs and opening up opportunities.
Yeah, it helps.
It helps a lot, but it's clearly not presented here as a guaranteed path to, deep fulfillment or lasting contentment all by itself.
Right. The value of things money can't buy: time, meaningful relationships, inner peace, a sense of purpose. These are highlighted as equally, maybe even more crucial,
Right.
depending on your personal definition, of course.
And this deep dive, really guided by the source material, has hopefully offered a framework, some specific language, to help you think about and maybe discuss these complex ideas in a more nuanced way.
So as you reflect on what being rich truly means to you personally, perhaps think beyond just the balance in your bank account.
Yeah.
Consider, is this material prompts not just the money you have or might want, but what you would do with it? And maybe how you might cultivate that sense of being rich in spirit.
A good thought to end on. What does rich in spirit look like for you?